You're watching The Shift Asia, Frida Liu here. Today we're speaking with Jean Tan, co-founder and Chief Ecosystem Officer of Atoz CarbonCycle platform. So under her leadership, Atoz, or A to Z, is leveraging microalgae and circular ecosystems thinking to convert waste into value, enhance soil health, capture carbon, and integrate sustainability across agriculture, industry, and climate solutions. We've got a couple of things on the table. We're going to show you some magic a little later, but maybe we'll start, Jean, right? Can you share your background, right, and the journey that led you to co-found Atoz, and what core problems did you set out to solve, right? And how has, since you started, has that changed, right? So welcome.
Thank you, Freda. So one of our old friends.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So before I co-found Atoz CarbonCycle, I'm actually in food industry for a few years.
Okay.
So I did experience the period of food industry during MCO.
Okay.
So that time is when we actually experienced 4 times price increase in a year.
Huh.
So it actually gave a very big impact to me.
Yeah.
Because it shows that how fragile our current food ecosystem is.
Yeah.
It's not just about price in fluctuation. It's also it's the ecosystem. So that time, me and my co-founder Kelly, that we think that we have a very huge gap in food security.
Okay.
If you want to really solve the problems, we have to go down to the raw materials,
Right.
which is agriculture.
Right.
So that's when my degree is actually in food science with nutrition.
Okay.
But I pursue my master in biotech and also bioentrepreneurship.
Right. Okay. So
yeah.
So it's very interesting. So you felt, you saw the price increase. Other than the food source, of course, there's the other factors which I'm sure you look at as well, which is the supply chain, right? That's also a bit of the danger as well. Now, Atoz uses microalgae in interesting and multidimensional ways. First, can you unpack how microalgae is being used for carbon capture, soil improvement, waste upcycling, and how these places connect to our ecosystem? And I'm sure along the way, you're going to show me some magic show.
Yes.
Okay.
So just now we say about the current food ecosystem, we want to change it.
Yeah.
So we go down to the agriculture.
Yeah.
So we also see our Malaysian farmers suffer a lot
through
soil degradations and yields drop, then climate change also impact. Yeah. That's why right now we are using microalgae, like you said, multi-dimension. So during cultivation, microalgae help us to do carbon capture.
Okay.
So carbon is their food. You can think them as trees, but they are trees in water form. So when they are in water form, we can save a lot of space and they duplicate very fast. So they are natural-based carbon capture solutions, and once they are matured, we will harvest them.
Okay.
So when we harvest them, actually microalgae, they got various applications. They can make into biofuel, they can make into food, supplements, cosmetic. But right now, Atoz, we focus them using in regenerative agriculture, where we use microalgae, goes back to the soil. Okay. So as a soil improvement.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the main thing. But okay, now you've got a couple of things here. Can you explain what are these things that you've developed? Like, let's start with this one.
Yeah. So usually we say this as a natural air purifier. So it actually purifies the air, but it also provides oxygen.
Okay, so that's photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
Yes.
Okay.
So we call it photobioreactor. That's where microalgae grows.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so that's one. Okay, then you've got this.
After carbon capture, then we will do utilizations. Right. So we will pour this algae back to this. So this is it's in a spray.
Okay. Okay.
So we just spray. So when we are actually use algae to capture a lot of carbon inside. So when we apply the water back to the soil, so the carbon, we are doing carbon sequestration, carbon sink inside the soil. Okay. And with that, we are actually helping the farmers to reduce their chemical usage. Because we're using microalgae to revive the soil. We bring the lives back to the soil.
And before you go on, the microalgae is something that is easily found in Malaysia. It's found easily everywhere.
Actually, algae is everywhere.
Right?
They originally in oceans. Yeah. So that's why a lot of fishes, they feed on microalgae in the seawater.
Okay. Yep. Then what else is this? So you've got this.
Yes. This is right now you can buy from our platform and also e-commerce. Right. Yes. So we call it regen water. They are microalgae water.
Which is this?
Yes, this is this. Yep. And so this is agriculture use. Yes, for your plants.
For your plants and all that. And this is, what is this then?
This is our another product called Food Cycle. Yeah. Where we hope to give our food waste a second life. So because we have another core biotech, which is black soldier fly. Yeah. But this is our third call our third biotech, which is composting.
Okay, so I'm talking to about microalgae right now, and you've got your BSF as well, right? How does that work together?
They are working together as our green tools to actually provide end-to-end support to the farmers.
Okay,
so black soldier flies is for the food, organic waste part, and microalgae is for the carbon dioxide part.
Ah, okay. Now, of course, I have to go to this, right? Because this is like a plant, looks like a cactus, but it's actually tiramisu.
Yes.
Okay.
Empowered by microalgae.
What do you mean empowered by microalgae?
So just now we mentioned that algae, they got a lot of applications.
Yes.
Other than agriculture, they can be in supplements.
Okay.
So right now our innovation lies in, we are not just put microalgae in supplements, we put in daily food.
Okay.
So even desserts. So we have algae ice cream. Have a try. You can see the mascom part, you have like greenish a bit, right?
Yes.
That's a microalgae. We made into extraction powder.
And it tastes really good, right? I was expecting something, but it just tastes like...
We made it from our Algae Eats, another brand that we created.
Okay, all right, now I know. Okay, all right, fine. So interesting. So now, so is this who are your main customers or partners today? Yeah.
So we call it our main stakeholders. We'll have two major ones. One will be our farmers. Right now, we are helping them to convert their conventional farming into regenerative farming. So they are major stakeholders. Another major stakeholders will be corporates who are ESG conscious.
Okay.
So we are helping them in terms of in their ESG strategy, their sustainability initiatives, and also even carbon projects.
Okay, so you're helping them, and then hopefully in the process, so that is more a corporate side, more B2B, and this is more B2C?
Yeah, link. We are using the projects, link these two stakeholders together.
So this is how you generate revenue in that sense?
Yep.
Okay. So so when you say you're generating revenue, then it's through carbon credits, your bioproducts, and what else? Am I correct to say that?
Right now, actually, the main revenue stream is actually from the ESG projects that we develop. Then carbon credits, I can say carbon projects is also our major revenue stream, but it will come after.
Okay.
Yep.
So not so soon, right?
Yes.
So, and how do you measure success, right, across the ESG, right? And any pilot studies you can share with us?
So for environmental, I can say is from our MAX deployment.
Okay.
So our MAX actually is a microalgae cultivation system. Is we grow algae in IBC tank, recycled materials.
Okay.
So that's where we started. It's an industrial scale. So we go for maximum capacity, but not for aesthetic wise. So we started from there.
Okay.
So we can say right now we already deploy around 700 max, which are giving us around 30,000 of carbon reduction. Okay. 30,000 tons of carbon
reduction.
So
to date.
To date, yes.
Wow. Okay. And doing this, right, starting Atoz, what was skeptical question about your impact do you hear most when you try to share what you're doing, and how do you respond?
I think first will be, in terms of microalgae, they will think that microalgae, because normal cultivation system, they are very expensive.
Right.
So usually they will have doubt on like how you can make it sustainable and make it affordable for farmers.
Right.
So second will be carbons.
Okay.
So carbon is not a normal language in Malaysia and also I think worldwide as well. So it also gives us a hard time. We need to explain this to the farmers especially and to the corporates even. So I can say this is our major hurdles, awareness. Okay,
and still having to tell that story over and over and having different platforms like this to try to explain things as well, right? So when you talk about scaling and growing as well, right? Apart from trying to explain awareness, what has been the biggest hurdle? Is it technological? Is it regulatory? Is it capital or adoption?
I can say all.
All.
So technical part will be more on how we need to use this to tackle as climate solutions. So we need to be very flexible. Yeah. That's why we have our in-house R&D team. Okay. And we work closely with academic institutions. We work closely with UPM, UTP, Petronas. We work with UKM as well. Then for capital, of course, we need capitals to scale this. As we are building this kind of community projects, impact project, so funding is very important to scale. So right now we are working with like climate funds, with also like some government agencies, so that to make us scale. Right. region. Yep.
Okay, so these are all the teething challenges, right? Are there policies, incentives, or regulatory changes that you believe are critical for enabling your model, right, to scale regionally or globally?
Yes, I can say the protocol of the monitoring and also regulations and verified protocols is very important for carbon project developer like us, and carbon rights policy, and also soil organic carbon policy as well.
Right.
So if we have more policy, clearer guidelines, it will be very beneficial to carbon projects.
But the introduction of carbon tax, I think, has made people pay more attention, right? Now they say, oh no, there's tax, right? So now people are going to pay a bit more attention, right? Are there adjacent technologies or domains, right, whether it's AI or synthetic biology, that you see as game changers for your platform?
Definitely. Actually, in our roadmap, we're already working on it. So soon we will have AI and also remote sensing for our microalgae cultivations. Because right now we have so many tanks across Malaysia.
Right.
So we do need remote sensing because we cannot rely just because it's very labor intensive. We want to do sampling and not to take account in soil sampling.
Right.
So remote sensing and also AI is very important for us to do predictive analysis and also to monitor from different areas.
Okay, now I guess when you look back in 10 or 20 years, 10 years, right, what legacy do you hope Atoz will leave, whether it's in climate, agriculture, or the ecosystem?
I think we will leave a very great farmer, we hope can leave a very great farms model that actually helps our grassroots communities in Malaysia to actually transform, and they can enjoy also access to carbon market and to help us to transform into a greener nations and to save our future food.
Right. And what is there anything you'd like to bring up that I didn't get to ask you?
I think I think right now we also have some ready. We want to make, actually we have a very simple, not to say it's simple, it's a mission and also vision. We hope to make carbon visible, and people start to think that carbon is not a waste, but it's a resources that we can actually impact every chain in our life.
Right. And it starts with microalgae.
Yes.
Thanks for spending time and wanting to get you on to share your story a little bit. So thank you for sharing your vision, the science behind Atoz, and the challenges and aspirations ahead. The work you're doing to interweave waste streams, biology, and regenerative systems holds promise not just for climate, but for rethinking how we design resilient economies. So thank you, Jean. And you've been watching The Shift Asia.